Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss most important process in sexual reproduction in flowering plants, that is double fertilization. We know about fertilization. Fertilization is the fusion of male gamete with female gamete to form diploid zygote. The fusion of male gamete and female gamete, which are haploid. Fusion of haploid male gamete with haploid female gamete to form diploid zygote is termed as fertilization. In angiosperms, there is presence of double fertilization. Now, question is why in angiosperm there is double fertilization? What is meant by double fertilization? How this double fertilization is completed, and what is the result of double fertilization, and what is the importance of double fertilization? Now, as we know, during the development of male gamete, there is formation of two male gametes. Two male gametes are produced in male gametoid. These two male gametes, both the male gametes, are utilized in fertilization. Fertilization takes place at two places. It takes place twice, and hence it is termed as double fertilization. Okay. In angiosperms, fertilization involves two male gametes. Fertilization takes place twice. Fertilization takes place at two different places, and hence it is termed as double fertilization. Or the fertilization in which both the male gametes are utilized, one male gamete fuses with egg to form diploid zygote, and another male gamete fuses with secondary nucleus to form triploid primary endosperm nucleus. The fertilization in which both the male gametes are utilized, one male gamete fuses with egg to form diploid zygote, and another male gamete fuses with secondary nucleus to form triploid primary endosperm nucleus is called double fertilization. This process of double fertilization was first discovered by scientist Nawashi. Double fertilization was discovered by Nawashi in family Liliaceae, like onion and Fritillariae. Discovery of double fertilization. Now, what happens in double fertilization and the process of double fertilization? Okay. Suppose it is the stigma, style, and here it is the ovary. Stigma, style, and ovary. Now, there is the stigma, style, and ovary. in ovary there is presence of ovule. That is anatropous ovule. Simply. And so on. Now, during pollination, pollen grains get deposited on the stigma. Suppose it is pollen grain. Now this pollen grain absorbs stigmatic secretions. Here there is presence of stigmatic secretions. This pollen grain absorbs stigmatic secretions, get germinate, and during germination the intine of pollen grain comes out through one of the germ pore in the form of pollen tube, and this pollen tube passes through stylar canal, and meanwhile the generative nucleus divides by mitosis to form two male gametes. That is, this pollen tube carries two non-motile male gametes. Suppose these are the male gametes. These are the male gametes. Now these non-motile male gametes are carried by pollen tube. Non-motile male gametes are carried by pollen tube up to the female gamete or up to the ovule, and this process, that is the transfer of male gametes or movement of male gametes through pollen tube is termed as siphonogamy. Transfer of non-motile male gametes up to female gamete through pollen tube is termed as siphonogamy. Now why this siphonogamy is required? Because in angiosperms these male gametes are non-motile. So non-motile male gametes are carried by pollen tube, which is termed as siphonogamy. Now these male gametes are involved in fertilization. Now what happens? Now this pollen tube enters into the ovule. Pollen tube enters into the ovule. Suppose ovule, here is the embryo sac, egg, synergies, then secondary nucleus and antipodes. Then here there is presence of nucellus, then it is covered by integuments. We have studied anatropous ovule in detail, and we have to study double fertilization in anatropous ovule. Okay. We know about all the detailed characters. Now what happens? Here is the micropyle. Okay. Here is the micropyle, integuments, nucellus, funicle, chalaza. Then in embryo sac there is presence of egg apparatus, egg, synergies, secondary nucleus and antipodes. Now this pollen tube enters into the ovule by three methods or by three ways. Sometimes this pollen tube enters into the ovule through chalaza, like this. Through chalaza. This process is termed as chalazogamy. The entry of pollen tube into the ovule pollen tube may enters into the ovule through these integuments. Then it is termed as mesogamy. And when this pollen tube enters into the ovule through micropyle, like this, through micropyle, here is the micropyle. Then it is termed as microgamy, or it is termed as porogamy. Microgamy or porogamy. So it is the entry of pollen tube. Pollen tube enters into the ovule by three different paths. It may enter through chalaza, which is termed as chalazogamy. It enters through integuments, termed as mesogamy, and when it enters through micropyle, then it is termed as microgamy or porogamy. Now what happens? Now this pollen tube enters into the embryo sac. It is nucellus, then embryo sac. During this process, at the time of this process, the synergy, this synergy produces filiform apparatus. This filiform apparatus attracts pollen tube. Okay, filiform apparatus is produced by synergy. For what purpose? To attract the pollen tube. Now, this pollen tube enters into the synergy. It absorbs water, gets swells, and bursts open to release two male gametes. Here there is a release of these two male gametes. These male gametes are non-motile, carried by pollen tube. Now what happens? After a release of these male gametes, they take part in fertilization. As I told earlier, in angiosperms, both the male gametes are utilized. Fertilization takes place twice. Now we have to study how this fertilization is completed. Now, suppose it is again embryo sac. Here is the egg. Okay. Then these are the synergies. Synergy is burst open. Pollen tube is burst open to release male gamete. Here is the secondary nucleus, and these are the antipodes. Now what happens? Out of these two male gametes, these are the male gametes. Out of these two male gametes, one male gamete fuses with egg. Here is the egg. Now here is the male gamete. Okay. One male gamete fuses with egg, and it results in formation of diploid zygote. And this process, that is the fusion of haploid male gamete with haploid female gamete to form diploid zygote, is termed as fertilization, first fertilization, or it is also termed as syngamy. It is termed as syngamy. Okay. One of the male gamete uses with egg or female gamete to form diploid zygote, and this process is termed as first fertilization or syngamy. The remaining male gamete uses with, here it is the male gamete. Male gamete. Now what is this? What is this? It is secondary nucleus. What is the another name of secondary nucleus? Okay, secondary nucleus is also termed as definitive nucleus. Now this male gamete, second male gamete, fuses with secondary nucleus and it results in formation of triploid primary endosperm nucleus. And this process, this type of fertilization, it is termed as second fertilization, or it is also termed as triple fusion. It is termed as triple fusion. Okay. One male gamete uses with egg to form diploid zygote, which is termed as first fertilization or syngamy. Second male gamete uses with secondary nucleus. Now this secondary nucleus is diploid. Okay, second male gamete uses with diploid secondary nucleus to form triploid primary endosperm nucleus, and this state is termed as second fertilization or triple fusion. Now why it is termed as triple fusion? Important question. In board examination question is, what is triple fusion? Now why it is termed as triple fusion? Because there is fusion of three nuclei. Which three nuclei? Secondary nucleus is diploid. It is formed by fusion of two polar nuclei. Okay, during the development of female gametophyte, in last stages we have studied one of the nucleus from two poles migrates into the center, which are termed as polar nuclei. These polar nuclei are haploid nuclei. These polar nuclei fuse together form diploid secondary nucleus. Here is the fusion of three nuclei, three haploid nuclei, and hence it is termed as triple fusion. Okay. Now this is the double fertilization. Now for board examination or again for competitive examination, we have to remember some important points from this double fertilization. Number one is siphonogamy. Then number two is orogamy or microgamy. Then number three is syngamy, and number four is triple fusion. These 4 points are important points from this concept. That is siphonogamy, orogamy, syngamy, and triple fusion. Now what is siphonogamy? The transfer of non-motile male gametes up to female gamete through pollen tube is called siphonogamy. What is orogamy or microgamy? The entry of pollen tube into the ovule through micropyle is termed as orogamy or microgamy. What is syngamy? the fusion of haploid male gamete with haploid female gamete to form diploid zygote is termed as syngamy. And what is triple fusion? The fusion of haploid male gamete with diploid secondary nucleus to form triploid primary endosperm nucleus is called triple fusion. Now, what is the importance of this double fertilization? The first importance is it is the characteristic feature of only angiosperms. Okay, we can write here significance or importance of double fertilization. Significance or importance. First importance is it is the characteristic feature of angiosperms. It is the characteristic feature of angiosperms. Second, both the male gametes are utilized in fertilization. Both the male gametes are utilized in fertilization. The result of syngamy, that is the zygote, later on develops into an embryo of the seed. Okay, then this triploid primary endosperm nucleus later on develops into an endosperm of the seed, which is triploid, and it avoids this double fertilization, avoids polyembryony. Okay, so it is about the double fertilization. Now, what do we study? What is the importance and what should we remember from this concept? One is the definition of double fertilization, then process of double fertilization. In process, siphomonogamy, syngamy, triple fusion, orogamy, and lastly significance of double fertilization. Okay, thank you.